Here are 4 cards from each Hearthstone class that you should craft in the Fractured and Alterac Valley expansion, 1 for each rarity. Starting with Demon Hunter, the common you should definitely craft is Battle-Worn Vanguard, insanely good card, don't even have to say anymore. Rare, of course, Flanking Maneuver, another great card. Great in every Demon Hunter deck. I'd say for epics, Urzul Giant is used a bit more than Sigil of Reckoning. Same with Kurtrus, used in a bit more Demon Hunter decks rather than Karia. Druid, the common Cloth Area Adept, easy picked, insanely good in pretty much every token deck in Druid. The Druid rares aren't that good, but if I were to choose one, it'd be Pathmaker. It just has a better effect than Pride Seeker. I think Frost Saber Matriarch is more proven as a good card. It's great in Beast Druid only. I think Capture Coldtooth Mine, again, sleeper card, good in super very niche situations, but not proven enough to be good. If we're talking about Druid decks, playing Wildheart Guff opens an entire new deck archetype. Decks revolve around Wildheart Guff. So craft this card if you want to make an entirely new deck. Wing Commander get in a lot more minion-based token aggro decks. Commons for Hunter is easily Mountain Bear. Decks revolve around this card. Rare Revive Pet, easy pick. A lot of the Fractured and Alterac Valley cards revolve around Big Hunter for the Hunter class, so Revive Pet is probably the best pick. Epics, here's the thing, Springdeer Trap's more useful overall. Ice Trap is a better card, I would say. Personally, I'd recommend Spring the Trap because if you're playing budget decks, Spring the Trap is a bit more useful if you want to play more secret-based decks. But Ice Trap's another good option, it's up to you, whichever one you like more. And the legendaries, easily Beaststalker Tavish. It's used in more decks, it's more useful in more decks, it's a better win condition than Wing Commander Ichman. Honestly, any of the Mage commons, you can't go wrong with them. Personally, I actually really like Shivering Sorceress because I like playing Big Spell Mage, but honestly, you can craft any one of these cards, you're not going wrong with it. I think Arcane Brilliance is played way more than Build a Snowman right now. Pick Arcane Brilliance for Big Spell Mage. But for epics, Rune of the Archmage is just better. No one's running Mass Polymorph when you have Mask of Cthulhu on 7. And legendary, easily Magister Dawngrasp is more useful in more decks. Play Magister Dawngrasp instead of Belinda. For Paladin, common is easily Hold the Bridge. Insanely good card, you hate playing against this on turn 3. Paladin rares are pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. The most useful one is probably Templar Captain for Big Paladin. But you get Dunbar Bridge for free, and Protect the Innocent is not that good of a card unless you're playing Heal Paladin. Better question is, are you really playing Heal Paladin? Probably not. Epic is easily Stonehearth Vindicator, amazing card in Tempo, Libram, whatever kind of Paladin decks you want to play. And legendaries, Lightforge Cariel, great card, reduces all the damage you have by half. +4/+4 buff, amazing card. Priest, the common. Spirit Guide, great in almost every priest deck right now. Draws 2 cards, 5 mana, 5/5 taunt. Rares. Bless is useless. Undying Disciple is useful in Death Rattle Priest and some anti-aggro priests. Play Undying Disciple. Don't play Bless, come on, who's playing this card? Priest epics are pretty bad. The one I would really recommend is Gift of Nehru because it's the only good one. Shadow Word Devour sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but Gift of Nehru is better. Legendaries, easily Xyrella, the hero card. Way better effect, used in way more decks. Pick Xyrella. Rogue has such an easy card for you to pick. Double Agent for commons, Wild Paw No for the rare. You have to play Maestro though, which is a legendary, so good luck with that. Epics. So the rogue epics are not very good in this meta. I think Forsaken Lieutenant has more use than the Lobotomizer. You can open Death Rattle Rogue. The possibilities. I made Elwyn Boar Rogue with this card. Lobotomizer is only good in Thief Rogue, and even though it's only good in Thief Rogue, it's not even that good. It's not even played in Thief Rogue at that point. Legendaries, easily Shadowcaptor Scab, the best card for rogues right now. It's pretty much a board clear because it vanishes the whole board, gets it off the board. Shamans, the commons are all pretty good to pick. I'd easily pick Snowfall Guardian. You can craft it and disenchant it for free. It's a common card, you probably already have it, but still, let's talk about it. Rare, easily Sleepbreaker, a great card to have in free Shaman. Here's the thing about the epics. Cheaty Snowball is only good in free Shaman, and Snowball Fight is not good at all. But the thing about Snowball Fight is if you want to play a more control-y Shaman, Snowball Fight would be good in that deck. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to go specifically free Shaman, or if you want to be something new and cool. Legendary is easily Brukan. It's more useful in more decks. This card is good if you like playing free Shaman a lot though. But I'd go just in general for Brukan. Commons for Warlock. Warlock did not get a lot of good cards, but their best common is probably Grave Defiler, just as a good zoo card. 1 mana, 2/1. copies of Felspell. You can get a lot of good Felspells. Rare, easily full-blown evil. Only playable card really, besides the legendaries from Alterac Valley and Warlock. These epics both suck, but I really think if you want to go something new, play Sacrificial Summoner. It's a pretty fun card to play, in Zoo especially. And legendaries, easily Dreadlich Tamsin. Tamsin's blah 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 is only good in LTK, or it's only been tried in LTK, pretty much. If you have something cooler you can do than LTK, then pick this card. But Dreadlich Tamsin is the best Warlock legendary right now. It's played in pretty much every deck besides Quest Zoo Warlock. Warrior, the thing about Warrior is a lot of their cards are not useful this expansion. In reality, I'd say you don't have to craft any of these cards. But if we had to go for a choice, I think Axebreaker, sure, Match Berserker, whatever it's called. It can draw you a weapon. It's better than Scrapsmith, but not that good at all. Both of these rares suck, I think. To the front, sure, maybe you can do some cute combo. I don't think Shield Shatter is good. If you're playing against an aggro deck, you're not going to have enough armor to discount it. And if you're playing it against Control, you're not going to use this card anyways. Snowed In, I think it's a terrible card. I also think Frozen Buckler is a pretty bad card too. I picked Snowed In because it at least has more use than gain 5 armor. Sure, it can be good against aggro, but if you're playing Warrior, you don't need this sort of armor gain. You have a lot of armor gain already. And Epics, the only one I can easily recommend to you, Rakara. It's amazing in pretty much every single control-y warrior deck or mid-range warrior deck, whatever slower decks you want to play. The commons from this expansion are not very good, I'll be the first to admit it. If I were to say go craft a card, I'd actually say Humongous Owl. I think it's useful in a lot more decks besides LTK. You can play it in Big Hunter, you can play it in some Druid decks, I think. But the commons from this expansion are not very good in neutral. For rare, Iron Deep Trog, you get it for free if you craft it and disenchant it. Maybe you want to try that. Make sure you're doing this before it gets nerfed, by the way, too. Other than that, again, the rares, not very good in this expansion for neutral, but the epics. Here is when things start getting interesting. I think Spammy Arcanist is an insanely good sleeper card. If your class does not run board removal, this is a board removal for your class. It's probably not the best in a lot of situations, but think of it just for a tiny bit. Consider it. That's pretty much the only epic. The other epics are just not as useful. Frozen Mammoth, who's playing Frozen Mammoth? Come on. And legendaries. Ibis is great in Druid. Drekthar and Vandar, you get them for free anyways, but you can craft them and disenchant them for the same amount of dust, so play it, complete your honor rewards, and then come back. Korok is great in Priest, and I think it can be put in for almost every mid-rangey style deck. It's a little bit annoying to deal with. As a general card, and if you're more of a Priest player, maybe you're a bit of a Druid player, this might not be a bad card to craft. And if this video has been useful to you, then why not subscribe? I've got lots of Hearthstone content on my channel and a lot more to come. And check out the Patreon too if you really want to support me put out more content. Hope this video helped you decide what to craft and what to disenchant. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comments. I will answer them. Thanks for stopping by everyone, and I'll see you around.